to share with you a presentation called the 10 Ks of Personal Branding. And my sole goal is that, again, when you walk out of this room, you walk out better. So my question to each of you today, why is it easier, more comfortable, more familiar to talk about a Reese's peanut butter cup than it is to get up here and talk about yourself? You see, the first and primary element in developing your personal brand, know thyself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And what is it that makes you stand out from a crowd? This is going to help you assess the true attributes that you possess that you're going to try and use to build your personal brand. But it's also going to help you to understand why people choose you, why they hire you, why they buy from you, why they champion you. Or it's going to shed some light to why you're not being hired, not being chosen, not being invested in, and people don't buy from you. So the takeaway here is, in order to build a brand, you have to first understand the brand called you. This first principle, know thyself. Know thyself. The second K is know what you want to be known for. I'll say that again. Know what you want to be known for. My question to each of you today, do you know what you want to be known for? And do you know what you're most known by? Many of us, we often don't take the time to address our knowledge of what we want to be known for. We actually leave it up to others, our clients, our associates, our team members, our region to tell us what we're known by. But when you think about your personal brand and owning it for success, it's about knowing what you want to be known for before you make that call. The third K is know how to be consistent. I'll say it again. Know how to be consistent. When you think about the great brands of the world today, they all have the ability to deliver an expectation of quality, superior product benefits, or a defining experience. They're able to do this quickly, and they're able to do this consistently. Great brands are able to transform a customer's perception window shopping into a purchase action. And that's why we've moved up, and you excel. The fourth K, we're going to move on. Know how to accept failure as a part of building your personal brand. I'll say that again. Know how to accept failure as a part of building your personal brand. Anyone here ever fail at something? Did you fail because you had to experience that to keep going, or did you fail because you had no plan? Often we fail because we have no plan, but here's the concept: seek failure. Seek failure. Bob, you talked about the difference of making that one extra call and how that could create an amazing world of opportunity. You will be defined not just by the things you do well, but also by the things you overcome. I'll say that again. You will be defined not just by the things you do well, but also by the things you overcome. Because when you overcome something, you have experience. And your failure sets you up for the setup for success. The fifth K, know how to communicate your personal brand attributes. We're going to move on. Know how to communicate your personal brand attributes. The sixth K is know how to create your own opportunities. I'll say it again. Know how to create your own opportunities. Know how to create your own opportunities. In this example where I knew where I wanted to be in my career on the national stage, where I knew where I was on the local stage, I could have sat down that day at my cubicle with my head down just doing the work. And many of us, we're doing the work. We're making the calls. We're looking at the associates. We're building up our teams. We're developing our sales folks, but we're making and doing the work. But instead, I got up. I took a piece of paper in my hand that had nothing on it. I walked to a floor where I had no business being. I walked on floor with the look of purpose so I could put my way in the harm's way of opportunity. I took the initiative. Now, the takeaway here is people remember people who take initiative. Okay, the seventh inning stretch, the 7th K in my 10 Ks of personal branding. Know and master the art of connection. I'll say that again. Know and master the art of connection. Anyone ever play Connect 4 as a kid? Was anyone good? Why were you good? Strategy. Who else? Connect 4. Who was good? Most people who are good at Connect 4 are good because they can make quick associations to matching elements. Quick associations to matching elements. As it relates to your personal brand, your ability to be a quick association to a matching element is one of the most important things that you can establish. The 8th K, final couple of points. Probably one of the most important things we're going to talk about today. Know that silence is not an option. The 8th K, know that silence is not an option. You see, to be silent is to be undiscovered. And when you are undiscovered, your brand value diminishes over time. So wherever possible, use opportunities to make yourself stand out, but it doesn't mean forcing it. Now, you guys know people speak up in meetings only for the sake of hearing themselves talk. What do you say about people like that? They're awesome. And shut up, and they're awesome. But the point is, in any room, people should know your value. They should know why you're there. In fact, the three most important questions that you should ask yourself before you walk into any room, I'll say this again. The three most important questions that you should ask yourself before you walk into any room, before you walk into any client cell or call. Why am I here? Why am I here? What will I contribute? What will I contribute? And what will they say when I leave the room? Why am I here? What will I contribute? And what will they say when I leave the room or leave the call? This keeps you focused on delivering value so that you are memorable. And even in a sales environment, some people are more introverted than extroverted. But the point is, if you are the one that's providing value, if you're the one who's providing critical insight to help a client reach a particular goal, even if you're not the loudest person in the room or the most extroverted salesperson, you can still deliver value because you're a great listener. And clients respect sales leaders who listen. The ninth K, final couple of points. Know your expectations, not your limitations. I'll say it again. Know your expectations, not your limitations. Know your expectations, not your limitations. With an awareness of your personal brand comes an awareness of what others expect from you, of what your clients expect from you, of what your community expects from you. So we should all know before we make the call what's expected of us. And it should drive how we shape and drive our value. But again, if people don't know what to expect from you, then you leave it to chance for what you deliver. Final K in closing. It's my 10th K in my 10 Ks of personal branding. Know why you do what you do today and how it shapes where you're headed tomorrow. I'll say that again. Know why you are doing what you're doing today and how it shapes where you're headed tomorrow. You see, when you have a sense of purpose in that call, because you care, because you want to help your client, because you want to help your community, because you want to put people back to work, because you want to repair a family, because you want to help someone thrive, when you have a sense of purpose, people see it. I'd like to ask yourself to give yourselves a warm round of applause for the impact that you are making in this country, in the lives of families, in communities where you're giving hope and encouragement, in changing lives. I thank you. I thank you, Bob. I thank you, Elaine. I thank you, Corey. I thank you, all those involved with the difference that we make. Because again, it's not what happens in this room, it's what happens when you leave. I'm Kaplan Mobray. Thank you guys so much. It's been an amazing pleasure to be with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.